Hey guys, welcome back to Terrafirmagreg. And as you can see behind me, I did get the ore processing setup a little different than what we were doing before. I'll have to explain a little bit about that. Today, I want to rehaul our organization, our storage, because we've got the stock link now. We can redesign that and make it so much easier to pull stuff out. So I think we're going to do that. Might get to some other things, but let's get right to it. So our ore processing before was just coming out, going into a washer, and then splitting off to the different machines. And I had the thought, if I have a vault going along the edge here, I can have these funnels, and each one of these funnels will be for a specific purpose. Like the thermal centrifuge is right here. So anything in the vault that needs to go through this thermal centrifuge will come out right here. It'll come out and get processed and then get put on this belt, which will then go all the way back around and put it back into the vault. And the reasoning behind that is that we can process multiple things at the same time, and we can just have everything in the vault. And also this little beauty right here. Yeah. We got the crusher here, and I'm going to put a funnel here that will take everything that crushes. Everything. So all the raw ores come here, get crushed, and then go back into the vault. And then afterwards, I've got this ore washer up here. We got this steel encased fan, and it's blowing into this water and onto that funnel right there, onto this belt. And the nice thing is I've got a filter. Okay, so the filter is not tagged crushed ores. That's it. So basically, anything that comes in here and is a crushed ore, it will not go into there. And it won't go in until it's washed, because once it's washed, it won't be a crushed ore anymore. So I've got this list filter here, and I'm gonna have to switch this around because I have some stuff in the vault, and if I take the filter off, it'll just start pooping stuff out. You don't want that, so you can just switch that around, grab the filter. And on this filter, I'm going to put all of the crushed ore that can be washed by bulk washing. And as I get more ores into here, I'll see what is there, and I'll do that, because these, if you look in the top here, they can be bulk washed, and you still get the byproducts. So I think that is a lot better than processing everything through the ore washer, just because you can wash an entire stack at once. And so we'll get these out, it'll stop, it'll wash, and then it'll suck in everything that is produced and the ore and everything. So that is my bulk washer and crushing setup on the side here. And then also right here, we've got the basic centrifuge. That's the one where I centrifuged something and I got some, what is it? Mercury? Yeah, I got some liquid mercury. And the reason why I've got these staggered the way they are instead of being right next to each other is that in some cases, I may need to get liquids in or out. And yeah, you could just go through the top. That works fine. But sometimes there are recipes where you actually get more than one byproduct. So I figure if they're staggered, then I could have multiple pipes coming out of the sides and things. So that's why that's like that. And then siftables, just have everything come through here. Get everything processed. And we've got extra space right here for other things. Maybe we want to do an electromagnetic separation. Maybe we want to process something that's being washed but not in water. And I will eventually replace this with a distilled water source somehow once I get a distillery. But there are other things like in acids or different liquids that you want to bathe in to get different products. So we can have room in here for more things. And sometimes there are ores that cannot be bulk washed. And those ores will then come into the ore washer right here. And right now I don't have anything coming into there. That's just a blank list filter, so nothing comes out right now. But eventually we'll do that. especially once we have our setup with all of our storage over there done. I'm thinking we can have all of our ores stored in here and have all of the other stuff in the storage set right here, but also have the link hooked up to here and over there. So if we want some kind of ores or anything, then we can just, make a request and get them. And another thing that is good to note is that if we have lead or other materials that are hazardous in their dust form, it's okay, because when it gets crushed in here and it's lead dust and it goes into the item vault, we really don't have a way to handle those safely. But what we can do is we can do a package. For instance, let's say I want a gold ingot. We'll say it's a gold ingot, but in actuality, it's like a lead dust, which is poisonous to us, like the lead warrior. We can crush it and turn it into lead dust, but that's poisonous to us. So if we request a package, then there we go. And that package has the gold ingot in it. But actually, if it's the lead dust, it's still in the cardboard package. And then it doesn't make us sick. And then if we need to use it somewhere, we can just take it and place it down, like what we did before when we handled the lead. We threw the lead ingots, which are not poisonous, into here to crush them into lead dust, which is, but then we didn't have to touch it. So we can do this with the package of stuff that we need, put it over whatever we need to put it in, and then just hit it. And it'll unpackage it. And then it'll process it and do whatever, all without us touching it. So let's get crushed lead ore. We want one of those. Okay. Crushed lead ore is not poisonous by itself. Even when we purify it, it's still good. And even after running through the thermal centrifuge, it's still good. It's only when you macerate it that it's bad for you. So we've already crushed this, so now it needs to be washed. So I'll throw it over to here, and it'll get washed, and then once it's washed, it'll go in and go to the next step, which is the thermal centrifuge. And there it goes. It's already into the thermal centrifuge. Now what we're going to do is actually stop it here. Okay, we got the refined lead ore. Now if I can get crushed and put into the vault, we can test the packaging theory. Okay, we're going to throw that in, have it get crushed. We'll have some dangerous lead ore here, the lead dust. I'm going to grab it and you'll see I'll get sick, but then I'll immediately run over and deposit it. Oh, yeah, there we go. Okay, so in the upper right hand corner you can see I'm weakly poisoned from that. That's going to last about a minute. So yeah, that's why you do not want to handle hazardous things. But now the dust should be in here. We go to our person here and say, I want lead dust. Okay, it's hazardous. That's okay, because we're going to package it. Okay, we are no longer sick, so we can grab the package, and there you go. I'm not getting sick from the package. Nice. I also moved the muskoxes into the barn here, and I've been feeding them regularly so their familiarity comes up, and their familiarity is so high it won't decrease, and now I can breed them. So I'm going to get another little ox. 7 months and 1 day. Okay, so first thing we got to think about is, what are we going to do with all the stuff that's in here already? I guess we could transfer all of the ores and things and put it into the other vault here. That might be a good thing to do. Now it's at a height where it won't go into here, but what we can do is put a chute here, and then you can actually attach a funnel to the side of the chute, just like that. So everything coming in will go into the chute and then come down. And one of the reasons why on here I'm using the belts is for overflow protection. So if this belt is full, nothing else will be spat out. And that's the same reason I'm doing it down here with the crushing wheels this way, because if you go vertically and there's space for it to drop, it'll just continuously drop and drop and drop, even if there's no space on the belt. And then I don't want stuff to despawn. So that is the reason I'm doing it this way. And all of these belts I have hooked up to a single source underneath here, and that is powered. So there's this little water wheel right here, and I've got that sped up to 128, and that is feeding all of the belts. It's feeding the belts up in this area right here, and it's also feeding the belts down along here. As long as I keep the belts separate from the other machines, then I can speed up the belts and not have to worry about stress units. So I've got power going into a belt from right here. What we could do is pull from here and just go up. Oh, we don't even have to go up, we just need to go sideways and go into there. This is just all temporary anyway. Throw that down. It looks like it's going the right way too. Perfect. Just attach that, and there we go. These raw ores and everything are coming in. Okay, we're going to stop this temporarily so we can put the funnel on, and I believe it's this filter. No, that's the wrong filter. Oh, that's... Oh, shoot. That's a little dangerous. I did get killed by this once, and I found out that if I do get stuck in there, the best way to get out is to crawl and just crawl through it and take the damage. Oh, but yeah, be careful. You can get stuck in the crushing wheels, and it will kill you. Oh, that's right. This list filter, this is supposed to be on my crushing wheel. But we do have this other filter that is all the raw materials. So throw that on there. So now we can take this list filter and put it on here, and all of those raw materials and any other material that can be crushed will go through here. Okay, now to get that going again, we just need to put this back on like that. And there we go. So we got some chalcopyrite and pyrite and sulfur. All that is going to be going through here, crushed, and back into the vault. Okay, looks like we got everything out of there. You've got one there that's being bulk washed, a full 64, and then you got another 64 right there, and then there should be, yeah, another 64 right there. So it's bulk washing the whole stack. I know if I had it set up where it just dropped all of the stacks into one spot, it could wash all of them at the same time. But once again, I wanted that overflow protection. So I don't want things to just sit there and disappear. And that possibly could happen if this item vault filled up. If it did happen to fill up, and there wasn't enough room for the ore to go in after it's washed, it could just disappear. So I know it's not as efficient, but it is a little more safe. All right, let's work on getting the rest of this stuff out here. What other kinds of stuff can we store in that vault? We can store these dusts, all the metal dusts that we have, and purified ores, anything that's basically an ore or that we're processing over there, we can throw in. And then really, most of the stuff that we have, a lot of is just dirt, those ice shavings I picked up while I was in the north, and some rhyolite dust. Oh, cobalt dust, that can be stored in there quite easily. So can be smelted. We're gonna try adding that. and see if that will take out more stuff. We'll just temporarily turn you off. Swap filters. Turn you back on. There we go. Uh-oh. It looks like the dirt can be smelted too. Was that dirt that could be smelted? No, I don't know what that was. Something in there could be smelted. Looked like dirt, but I guess it's not. Let's see, quartzite dust. Should probably get that in there too. We could probably store all of these dusts that we're getting from washing. Loudon ore sac, maybe that would be good. And in fact, since we have a new filter here ready to go, we probably could just swap it like that. There we go. Okay, so everything that is allowed in the ore sac, which we probably should make one of those, is now allowed to come over from this vault to the other one. That should decrease a lot of the stuff in the vault here. Should make another item hatch too. Those are very handy for putting stuff in the vaults. Do we have any trap doors? Hey, we do. I'll just grab one of those. Let's see if this will work. Okay, apparently that does not count as a trap door. At least not for our purposes. There's a maple trapdoor. Maybe that'll... What? Seriously? It has to be a metal trapdoor. Well, I guess we're gonna have to just bite the bullet and make another trapdoor the hard way. There we go, copper trapdoor. Minus 30 plus 7. It's minus 23. I need to add 22. 22. So, boom, boom, boom. Perfect. Okay, now that we have that, we should be able to... There we go. Make an item hatch. Now we just throw this on here like that. And we want to throw everything in there in our inventory. So let's make sure we have everything saved that we want to hold on us. Everything else we can throw in. I think I can throw all of that in. That's fine. I'll shift right click. We probably need to just take all of these off. Okay, now the only thing that's going to be going out is this right here, which is all of our stone down to the bottom one. I think that is perfectly fine. If we want to, we could reuse these filters, because if you go and talk to this person here, you can actually filter, or is it on the stock keeper? Yeah, the stock ticker. You can actually new categories. For instance, this is our decorations one, so we'll put that there and just call it decorations. So now when we talk to him, we could see decorations, but we don't have any decorations in there. So what I need to do is go to the decorative here and throw in this stuff. There we go. And there we go, decorations. It'll show everything in there. So we can reuse all of the filters that we were doing for our chests. So we'll just hold on to all those. Okay, so one thing that I just found out, rather useful, if you do if you hit the U key on one of these, it'll bring up the uses, right? It's just like clicking on right click on something. But if you do that, you can go to the end of the list here, tags, and you can actually see all the tags that has. So glow dust is a chalk glowing, compression overrides, powder. It's also a dust, and allowed in ore sac. So if we throw any of this glowstone that we have in, it will be transferred to the other vault because it's allowed in an ore sac. So that's really useful. You can see what glowstone tag is. Just hit U, go over, select the tags, it's a storage block, and it's also whitelisted as a facade, so you can turn it into a facade. That is really cool. That's nifty. I was looking for a shortcut to see the tags, and you just have to do the uses. Okay, so I got transferred over as much as I could from here into here, and I've got a packager and a stock link on there, so I can actually see what's in there as well. You can see we got lots and lots of stuff, and this is both combined, so that's why we have so much. But the thing that we have most of is just dirt, and then we've got a bunch of odds and ends and stuff. I was thinking, though, I saw this, our contraption here that we use for mining. I could just reverse this and get all the stuff that's left in there put into here, and I think this is gonna be big enough. If not, then I guess we'll see a backup, but yeah, let's go ahead and try that. So in order to reverse this, all we have to do is take out that gearbox and put in a shaft. Do we have any shafts? We don't, so we should probably get some. That's easy enough. Just come into here and look for shaft. Not steel, we want just basic shaft, so let's grab a stack, or just a bunch. Yep, I am really gonna love this. Oh, so much. And so take that out, put in one of these, and there we go. We can see all the stuff being transferred. All right, so we got everything out of here. It looks like I had to expand the vault a bit, but it's only temporary until we have our new vaults already up and set. You can see nothing in here. I went ahead and took the stock ticker, or the link off of that one, so I could see just this one. So now we just need to rip all this down and rebuild and make it bigger and better. Okay, now we just need to design the new vault system, which I think what I'm going to have is I'm going to have some silos, because I'm going to have a lot of stuff in here, because eventually this is going to be the central hub storage for the entire factory. And we can have chain conveyors that will transport things to different areas that need things crafted and then brought back into storage. So I'm thinking, let's go big. We'll do, instead of just a regular vault, we'll do silos, because the silo, let's see if I have it on a stand right here, then that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So yeah, right where that scaffolding is right here. This is the top of the silo. And then if we wanted to, we could put even more on top of that space in between, and then 1, 2, 3, and have just a regular vault along the top as well. So I'm thinking we'll do some silos. Maybe 2 or 3? I don't know. I guess we could always add more storage later, and by the time we get to that age, maybe we'll be replacing it for the other one. I've never done that before, the one that Greg Tech has. So we're gonna do 3 tall silos. This is what, 64, 70, 81. So this is 1 full silo. So we just need to duplicate that, and again 2 more times. And then if we're gonna have another vault on top, that means we need this times 3. All right, 243. That's a lot of wrought iron. All right, let's get it done. Limonite dust. Don't have enough limonite dust. All right, just grab those. All right, that's it. Well, that is so simple. And man, these machines are kind of loud. So I think I'm going to take my hammer and silence them. At least the sifter's loud. I mean, this guy's kind of loud too. We really don't need them running. Well, we need them running, we just don't need them making the noises. And the stock ticker and packaging set up right here. Probably not going to take up too much room. just need to make sure that we have a system for connecting all of these together. Now, to take into consideration, if we have stuff in different vaults that we request, and we want that to be in a single package, then we're going to need something called a repackager. Yes, perfect. And that's just turning a packager into a repackager. Okay. Because what we'll want is packages coming from all of the different vaults all to go into a repackager, so that if there is stuff from different vaults, it'll go into one single package and be delivered. Now, another consideration is also offloading our machine when we do our mining. We will want to offload all of the ores into this container right here, into this vault, and then anything that doesn't go into that vault, we want to go into the vault system here. Would probably be best to put it in at the top, unless we had some way of linking all these together so that they would pass things out. Yeah, this inventory bridge. So that will actually bridge the inventory of two vaults together so that you can act as one. The thing that you have to do, though, is you have to access the inventory bridge. Okay, this is where it's going to go. So we need to make sure that we can get stuff down into there. So that right there is where it's going to be falling. Go like this. Okay, there's the chute attached. Now we need a smart chute right here, which we have. So basically we want anything that is a loose stone anything that is a kind of cobblestone, anything that is a gravel, yes, reconstituted stone. I think that's something that we want in there too. In fact, we should probably put any kind of stones in there. Okay, so all of that is going to go down into the vault that is down below. So now we need to turn these vaults into silos. Then we can start building up. Perfect. Fully formed silo. I gotta do the next one. Okay, there we go. We've got, this is the height that we're gonna do. Now we need to make one that goes along here. But we also want to have stuff fall down, and I think we're going to use smart chutes just because you can get the most out of them super fast. So if we have one here, start here, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It would end up right there. Or should we have it kind of centralized? So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, let's do it centralized. So it'll be one here. Could put it there. Wait. Yeah, we could just put it right in the middle, and then the item vault itself would be right here. Just like that. Oh, and we're missing 7. 7 more to make it a perfect vault up here. There we go. That should do it. Oh yeah, this is looking great. I'm loving this. One more. Boom. Full-sized vault. Anything that we put in this vault will go into the 3 below it. Okay, now we just got to fill out the rest of these vaults. So I kind of liked having these lights dangling down, but maybe that would not be the best for everywhere. Because we should be able to make glowstone now. We have a fluid solidifier And we can get liquid glowstone by putting it in the extractor. Let's grab all of our glowstone that we have. Yeah, I definitely want that. Do we not have any glowstone dust? I could have swore we had a whole bunch. Unless that got sent into the other vault. At least have these 5. Let's stick the other packager right here. Tune this to the correct network. And then plop it on. Alright, there we go. So now when we come back here, talk to our clerk, we can search for glowstone. There it is. Give me all that glowstone dust. Oh, this, I just can't say it enough. This new system is going to be so sweet. Okay, there's the extractor, there's the solidifier. We need the cube, which is actually in there from when we were doing ice cubes. Now we just throw this in. It'll extract it, go into the solidifier, and fluid solidify. Oh, because you have to have 576 millibuckets. Okay, you gotta have 9 in there. We haven't processed 9 glowstone yet. There we go. Now it's going. And there's glowstone. Alright, that is perfect. I think this illuminant panel might look pretty cool too. You just do illuminant slabs, which are just 3 glowstone and 3 tin alloys. Means I'm gonna need more glowstone, which I'm getting right here. Let's just break the whole thing. Give me it all. Process all of it. Okay, so we need item pipes that will go all the way up. A single vault will do these 2 rows plus 2 more, so that is not enough. However, if we do make it bigger, we could do 2 of them. So like, let's say this. Then we can put the hatch on like that. So anything we want to go into the system, we'll put here, and that needs to dump and go up into an item pipe. Item pipes, okay. I'm thinking huge then, because if anything's better than the bismuth one, it's going to be huge item pipes, right? Okay, 32 stacks per second. Whoa, that is super fast. I don't think we need that yet, though. All right, there we go. So it looks like the huge bismuth item pipe is actually the slowest, at 32 items per second. Out of the huge ones that do 8 stacks a second, looks like there's 4 of them. There's rose gold, cobalt, electrum, sterling silver. I really don't think we have a lot of silver, so that would be a limiting factor. So I don't think the sterling silver is in, so we're gonna take that one off. That would be the same for electrum because it has silver in it. So either huge rose gold, which we could do, we've got a lot of gold, or cobalt. It looks like we've got a lot, 878. Wow. And to make a huge cobalt item, you need, oh wow, it's a double stack. Okay, so it's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 per pipe. We've got 879 of them. So if we do 879 divided by 12, that gives us 73. I don't think we're going to need 73 item pipes just to go from here up to the top there. In fact, we're probably only going to need 1, 2, 3, plus 9 is 12, 13, 14, 15. We probably only need 15. Okay, there we go. Now we can make 4 of these. Okay, but we want one of these to be a repackager. We need the bridge, which we're going to put right here. It's bridging these 2. And then from here, we're going to put the packager. Oh, I'm going to need a little extra step that I can go on? Okay, there we go. That'll do. We're going to put the packager right here, like that, and then just put chute right there. I think that'll do. So that's a nice long line down to there. If we want to go into there, then we can go like this, like that, and then go up like that. And we're gonna need some scaffolding here. We'll go up again, and again, and again. And I think one more, like that. Okay, that is what we're gonna do. Because then what we can do, we can go up here like this and put a bridge in between these two, like that, and put a packager right there. And that is it. That's these two connected going down, and those two connected going down, and this one empties into all three of these, so anything that goes in here will go into these three vaults first, and then when all three of these are backed up, it will go into this one. So now with these two connected, we should have everything connected. And any packages that we want will come down in here into the repackager and repackage them and put them into a single package for us. Although I'm not entirely sure that that is exactly how it works. I think this repackager might have to be connected to a separate storage where all the other packages go into, and then you get it out. Redirect packages to an inventory and then attach a repackager to it. Okay, so yeah, I was right. That is a little bit of a redesign, but not horrible. So what we need to do is have another vault right here, an actual vault that will grab the stuff that we want. And so all of that stuff will go into the vault, and then the repackager here will give us all the stuff that we want. Yeah. So package goes there into the vault, package here goes into the vault, and then this vault holds our miscellaneous packages, which will then be repackaged into our single package that we wanted. I don't think we're going to keep a horse as our keeper, as our stock keeper, because he's a bit big. I think we want somebody smaller. In fact, maybe we can get something really small. If we really wanted something that doesn't make a lot of noise, we could just do the blaze burner. Blaze burner can be a keeper as well. Something you can actually craft instead of capture. I don't know, we'll see when it gets to that time. So we got that one right there. We're going to be attaching you, and then you need to come back and go up. So close. We need 1, 2, 3 more to get into the item vault there. Just 3 more. There we go. Okay, 1 there. 1 there, and 1 there. Okay, let's hook that up. Okay, perfect. Item pipe successfully hooked up. Alright, so now if we throw anything in here, it should go into the system. We need a link there, and a link there. We only need 2 links. There's that one there, this one here. Let's go ahead and move this, put into place right here. We just need somebody to sit there. You're a sheep. Come with me. Come with me and you'll be sitting still and taking stock for me. That is a massive hat. I don't think I like that. But it is what it is. All right, let's go get the links. I already got the links, didn't I? Yep. Okay, never mind. I got the links. Let's tune them to this network. And then we got to get up there. Okay, we've got one right there. That one right there. Okay, looks good. So now, if we talk to the sheep, there's nothing in there. That's okay, because, of course, there's nothing in there. We throw these in there. That went ahead and put it in. Get out of the way, horse. I might just have to kill you. Yeah. Okay, just get out of here, horse. Oh, thank you. Yeah, look there. 10 wrought iron plates. Gimme, gimme, gimme. Okay, there's a problem. The item vault. It's not getting sucked out of here. Why is the repackager not working? Okay, you know what, horse? You're gonna have to die. I'm sorry. Yes. That's what you get for being in the way. Oh, I think that's my problem. I didn't power it. Click, put it on. Okay. There we go. Now we can take a belt and we can connect it like this. Stuff will be coming out of there and going in there. Means we need a funnel, a brass funnel, because the brass funnel will take stuff out a lot faster. So brass funnel there, and we can just put a regular metal funnel right there. Now we just need to turn this on, but it needs to be going the other way. So we can do this, and then we just need a gearbox to switch the direction. Now it's going the right way. So now we take this last basic shaft and insert it into the belt right here. Okay, stuff is moving. We can go ahead and take the stock link off of here. We're not going to need that because all of our stuff is going to be in here. So we can talk to the keeper here, and it is populating. Oh, that is beautiful. That is going to be annoying. You're going to just bah the entire time. No, I don't think so. We need to find somebody else. In fact, we may want to use a blaze burner. I don't know if they make noises, but I think this is just going to be annoying. All right, so we got our blaze burner stock broker here, stock keeper. Oh, this is so nice. So nice. Loving it. Okay, here is a little tip. If you need to copy a filter, like this one right here, I need to copy this because I need it in multiple places. There is a way, and the way that you can do that is have a couple of things that have you gotta have a couple of things that take filters, like these smart chutes here. And you take the filter that you want copied, put it in one of them. And then you take the other filter. I'm just gonna erase this. And you have to have a clipboard. If you hold the clipboard, see there's right button to copy, copied, and then left button to paste. You paste it on, it'll take the filter that is blank in your hand, in your inventory, and then you can just take it off with a blank hand, and it's copied. Okay, I've got it all set up now. I've got a couple of belts that are running this direction. One goes in between those two silos, the other one through there. I have stuff coming from that bridge right there, just straight down. And it's a smart chute, and it drops everything that needs to go into this vault over here. Basically all of the ores that need to be processed and refined, and I'm sending all of the dusts to be on this side too, because I think if I want to be able to process those dusts and turn them into ingots and things, maybe I'll just do it from right here. And on the other side, I have something very similar to this right here. This is an inventory access port. Anything you attach to it, it basically just extends the storage. So like right here, I didn't have enough space to put in this right here, and so I added the inventory access port so I could put the packager here and the stock link. So anything that I order over there that comes from this vault, it'll be packaged here, sent onto this belt, which will then go into the chutes that go diagonal and go into the repackager. So everything repackages into one package, no matter which vault it is in. And so up here, that's what I did with the vault that was over on this side, right there. Because I've got the top vault and I've got the bridge that I'm accessing to right here. But this vault right here, I needed to add one of these access ports to the side, but I attached it to this, and then I put a smart chute underneath it. And because it acts as part of that storage, it can draw from this and then drop it down. And so everything from these 4 vaults up here that belong in here or need to be processed will go. So if I have anything in my inventory that I dump in right here, which will go up and drop into all these places, it immediately gets sorted and put into there if it needs to be processed. And I've been working on these right here. These are the different filters that I had before in my chests. I've kind of refined them, and so you can see there's a lot of different categories. You can make basically any category you want right here. Okay, so the decorative one, yeah, there's some decorative stuff in there, but I think there's other things that should be in there as well. For instance, these chains. I think the chain should be in the decorative. And, you know, I think the lamps as well, and also any kind of lighting that I have, like light bulbs or stuff, I'm going to put that in decorative. So what I'm going to do is go into here, and I'll find the decorative. I'm going to edit it, and I'm going to bring that filter out. And so now I can open this filter and I can add other things to it. So if I go into the different lights, like the simple light bulb, which I have in group simply light. Okay, I'm going to add that because I want that as well. So now if I go in, I can add a new category and the decorative one right there. Yep, decorative, it's good. If I want it closer to the top, I can just move this up like this. And I think that's a good place for it. So now when we go into decorative, you also see all of the lighting that I have. Oh, and also chains. Let's do chains. Forge chains. I think that's fine. Let's add that to the group. If I really want to, I could just collapse all of these, make it easier to see exactly what I'm working on. There we go. And now the chains are there. So yeah, you can do all sorts of interesting things. The thing that I found to be the most difficult was probably this materials, though, because I basically wanted the materials that we use to create things with. Hence, you know, the gears and the wires and pipes and whatnot. Now the problem is that if you look at the materials filter here, so anything that is in the group Craig Tech CEU material items, yes, lots of that stuff. Problem is, all of the crushed ores and ingots and dusts and whatnot, all that stuff is also included in that group. And I don't want to see all that stuff. I can just search for those if I need them. I just want the stuff that I use to build things with. So what I had to do was create an attribute filter. And I made a whole bunch because I knew I was going to have to do a lot of them. And so what I have is I have all of these things that I don't want. I grabbed some samples so that I could add them. So all these are not what I want. And then what I do is I add what I do want, like the materials or the pipes or the wires and things like that. And since this is an allow list all, it has to have all of these attributes, which means it'll take all of these that are not tagged and it'll exclude them. So then if I make those and I add them to this list right here, then I can get exactly what I want. You can think of the list filter as kind of an OR, logical OR, and the attribute filter is a logical AND. And by combining the two like that, you can get exactly what you want. So guys, I think we're going to call that an episode. We got quite a bit done. I'm really happy with this storage solution. It is so easy to just gather all the supplies you need. You just talk to your broker there, tell them what you need, and boom, your package is delivered with everything in it. Hope you guys all enjoyed, and till next time, catch you later. Bye.